For 25 years, Hong Kong has been ranked as having the world's freest economy. It has the world's 11th highest per capita income. And it takes third place on the Human Freedom Index, which is higher than the United States. No one had challenged the democracy until 2011. What happened this year?
As we end today's wars, I have directed my national security team to make our presence and mission in the Asia-Pacific a top priority.
With the Obama administration's pivot to East Asia strategy and Trump administration's America First policy, an influential incident happened during the Cold War. Color revolution reappeared in Hong Kong. Joshua Wong was a normal young Hong Kong native before 2011. Suffering dyslexia since childhood, he only got 19 points in a diploma of secondary education examination. In 2011, the 15-year-old established Scholarism, a student activist group which is against the Chinese national education and promoted by the Hong Kong SAR government, and was known by many people.
當初成立學民思潮就因為政府要推行國民教育科啦，咁國民教育科就係講到學生一定要建立一種對學國家嘅情感觸動，咁我會覺得呢樣嘢係好偏頗嘅教育。
Wang was invited to a training camp organized by New School for Democracy.
它不是我们人民写的，是中国派来的。你的行政命令我都不遵守，我就故意违法。
Chen Tat-ming, former assistant to Cheng Yu-shek, president of New School for Democracy, said Cheng gained abundant financial support from the National Endowment for Democracy of the United States. As the external consultant on China's issues to US President Donald Trump, Michael Pillsbury, after the outbreak of Occupy Central with Love and Peace movement in Hong Kong in 2014, publicly made the confirmation as follows.
We also have funded millions of dollars of programs through the National Endowment for Democracy. So in that sense, the Chinese accusation is not totally false.
Jamila Rakib, the most reliable assistant of Gene Sharp, father of Color Revolution.
I say nonviolent struggle is armed struggle.
Gene Sharp is considered the founder of a universal version of the color revolutions. From the Velvet Revolution in Serbia and Orange Revolution in Ukraine to the Arabic Spring, Gene Sharp has either directed or armed them with theories.
My name is Gene Sharp, and this is the work I do.
Jamila once confirmed to the BBC that over 1,000 Hong Kong youth who participated in the Occupy Central movement had received systematic training beforehand.
We're taught how to behave during a protest, so how to keep ranks, how to speak to police.
In 2002, Gene Sharp went to The Hague to train demonstrators. In the same year, the Velvet Revolution broke out in Serbia. In the same way, trained people like Joshua Wong couldn't wait to rush to the front of the political arena in 2014. He took the initiative to do a preview for Occupy Central. The following year, although the movement was over, opponents continued to gather strength. 5 years later, they fixed the target on the amendments to the Fugitive Offenders Ordinance. In February 2019, Chief Executive Carrie Lam launched amendments to the Fugitive Offenders Ordinance in a bid to establish a one-time passage for criminals with over 170 countries and regions, including the Chinese mainland, and to send the suspect in the murder of Hong Kong girl Peng Hu-wing back to Taiwan for trial. However, the amendment was distorted by the Hong Kong opposition, led by the Civil Human Rights Front. As an amendment that once passed, everyone will be possibly sent to the mainland for trial due to unwarranted charges. The amendments were suspended in June. However, this magnified excuse died away on the third day of protests. But the real demands manifested themselves as an update to the Occupy Central movement. Gene Sharp died in 2018. He couldn't see how his successors in Hong Kong practice what they have learned thanks to innovation in the internet age. Before the start of the anti-extradition protests, Sharp's work got more popular among protesters. Over 110 tactics among the 198 mentioned were used.
The famous 190 minutes. This seems to have been
Actions against the police soon escalated to isolate the police. On August the 31st, police entered the MTR stations to arrest arsonists. It was alleged that 6 people died during the process. A woman who claimed to be a relative of the deceased came to the Prince Edward station and fell to the ground crying. The woman turned out to be a former member of the pro-democracy camp. The MTR authorities and the police clarified that no one died, but their voice was drowned. There was a marked increase in attacks on the police by the protesters. Many police officers' families had been attacked. Abuse charges against the police accorded the US opportunity to move from behind the scenes to the stage. While the Hong Kong Human Rights and Democracy Act was passed by the US House of Representatives, Hong Kong still put pressure on the international community through media.
We did it again in 2015, we did it again in 2017, and again this year, 4 times.
Oh yes, the book by Gene Sharp. We all used it.
My case, in 2004, I was heading a voter education campaign with a budget of $1 million.
$1 million?
Yeah. The United States and the European Union and others, they are serious about democracy.
They are something that we have seen before in the so-called color-coded revolutions in the Ukraine and many other parts of the former USSR. So this is a playbook that we have seen many times before. So I urge all the protesters in Hong